Hey, can you please use the weekly athlete review skill to review Nikki's training from the week beginning the 29th of June? Alright, so I'm going to kick that off, and then I'm going to go and do some work, and that'll take a little while, and I'll pop back. So here we are, I'm back. So Claude has just saved me a whole bunch of time, so I don't have to collate all of this data, going to different places in the platform to find it. And now I have everything that I need to do my weekly review, and then getting ready to plan Nikki's training for next week. So I've got the training load section here. I've got all of the completed versus plans workouts. Anything flagged here, looks like she did a couple of workouts shorter, ran too hard, etc. And workout notes, so any comments that were left on the workouts, I can read through those. Notes that we've sent each other, and then flags for my attention. So this stuff might have been a little bit hard for me to find, but now I've just got Claude to put it all in one place. And then it's given me a little summary here. So now I'm ready to do my review with Nikki, send her some notes, and plan her this week's training. Now, let me show you now how I created this, so you can just use this whenever you need to do a weekly review for an athlete. Hey there, Cam here from Training Talk. What I just showed you was a great time saver for coaches. Using our integration with Claude or ChatGPT, which has a direct connection to any of our coaches' training or athlete data. So what it did is just created a skill that went off and prepared all of the information that you would be sifting through the platform for manually before you do your weekly athlete reviews, getting ready to send them messages or plan their week. So it's a skill that I created. So I'm going to show you how to create a skill now. So a skill is basically just a file with some plain language instructions that an AI can follow, so it gives consistent results and it does the same thing. So you can create a skill manually, but I'm just going to use Claude to create the skill for me. And I'm going to just use voice here because that's a bit faster than typing. Hey Claude, can you create me a skill using the Training Talk connector? Now the skill is a skill that will create a weekly athlete review for an athlete. So the inputs will be the athlete's name. And then what I want you to do is go off and get the athlete overview so we can see what their training load is like. We want all the individual planned and completed workouts so we can compare them together, see whether the athlete has done the workouts that they were supposed to, less or more, etc. And then we also want to pull back any communications that we've had between each other and summarize those and make a note of anything that needs to be flagged that I might not have replied to yet. And then also another thing is to just flag anything else that you think is important that I might want to look at. And we're going to do this for a week. And by a week, I mean a Monday to a Sunday. And when I ask you to do the actual review, that will be one of the inputs as well, the start date of the Monday. Okay, so I'm going to send that off, and it should just be able to start building that skill now. It'll probably come back with some clarifying questions. Yep, so now it's come back. It's got a good brief, a few questions. How strict should the matching be? Completed versus planned. Am I happy to see the numbers like TSB, CTL, and ATL? On the flags, beyond skip sessions, what are we specifically looking for? So all of this stuff, we can go back and forth here. I'm just going to say yes, just go ahead. So comparisons, we want to make sure they're getting around 90 or 95% of their workout correct, but intensity is important too. Training load, yes, I want to see those values. Flags, well, basically use your judgment, anything that a coach might typically be looking out for. Communications, we want to be looking at comments from a workout and any notes that we've had from each other as well. So that should be enough for it to go off and get started there. So it'll take a little while, so I'll pause and come back in a sec. I'll just jump back in here quickly. So what it's doing is it's creating a file in your file system somewhere. So the skill you can always go and look at manually. And it's looking at the Training Talk connector. It knows all of the things that it's capable of. So it'll be deciding which things to use for which section of that overview. Okay, now we're back and it's created this skill here. Now it's waiting here for me to save it. So now we will do any of our feedback here. So we'll look at here, we'll read this through, weekly athlete review. First thing to do, solve the date range, find the athlete, pull the overview, pull communications, look up individual sessions, build the summary, show what it's talking about, what it's going to show us in terms of the training load, the completed versus planned table, status key, so it's going to show these icons for complete, short, skipped, bonus, intensity flags, workout notes, anything meaningful in here, communications, workout comments, and our notes threads, and then the final section is flags for our attention, and then it's referenced the actual tools that it'll use in the connector, which you don't really need to know about. So now you can just give it feedback and say, no, I don't want that section to look like this. But actually it's asking, do we want to do a test run here on one of your athletes? So yes, you'd probably say yes here, do the test run, and then iterate back and forth until you get your perfect weekly review based on your own workflows. So hopefully that was helpful. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to take this skill and then create scheduled jobs in Claude. So this can run automatically, say every Sunday evening across all of your athletes. So basically you could take this skill, turn it into a scheduled task, and then you could just show up on Sunday afternoon, turn your computer on, it would run through all of that. You do a few other jobs, come back, do all your athlete reviews, and you're ready to go for the week.